Hi there, I'm Jeremy Chavis with Faribault Vacuum and Sewing, and today we're going to show you a little bit more with the Janome Quilt Maker and the Pro-Stitcher. Give you a little bit of an idea of what you're looking at when we come to set up your new machine, and show you some of the beginning steps on how to operate and what it can do for you. So I'm here with Marcia.
Hi.
And once you've got your quilt and your frame dimensions into the space, just gotta get my camera switched around here, then you can get your basting going.
You can put your channel locks on, so it'll make a straight line. So I went down and up, pulled up my bobbin thread. Now this is just a practice quilt, so I'm not as fussy as to how it goes. I get to the end, I can do a vertical baste. Which is important to get your top and everything secured.
So for continuous line quilting, for edge-to-edge quilting, you can actually go in and, like I said, the Pro-Stitcher Lite has over 250 designs. You go in File, Designs, Open, and you can see here all the different options. Maybe a Baptist fan, or maybe a stippling or something like that.
So there's quite a few. Put in the stippling. So from there, I can hit repeat. I can fill. The pink represents my quilt top. So this, I can stretch it horizontally. I can stretch it vertically.
Notice also for repeat, that pattern's been repeated 13 times for vertical, and if you switch to horizontal, it's been repeated 7. If you want that further apart or closer together, you can push plus or minus on the horizontal, plus or minus on the vertical, and now you have a different sized dimension design. It just makes your stitches further apart, closer together, or more stitches per inch.
Your start point is where the green X is with the circle. Your end point for the quilt is where the red X is with the circle. The blue line going diagonally is the end of one row and the beginning of the next row.
So why don't you go ahead, Marcia, and hit start so they can kind of see how this gets started. And then we'll go into some other basic features of the Pro-Stitcher and Pro-Stitcher Lite.
So I'm going to go to Pro-Stitcher. I'm going to hit run. It asks me, are you sure that's how many stitches per inch is 10? What my speed is, tie-offs, pull-ups. This is where I can change it before I proceed. I hit proceed. It finds where it's supposed to start. I hold my threads. And it takes off.
So what if we wanted to do like edge to edge, corner to corner, continuous line quilting of our design, but we wanted to go around one of the blocks, whether we had a patch in there or we had a design, different design for that specific block. We've actually got one of the blocks traced out there. And if you go to, I think it's crop, yep.
And I'll do an inside crop.
It actually skips over then, and you can see the
and
lines
the
of where...
baseline, and it'll stitch the stippling, but not in that block space.
So this would be handy, like I said, for certain appliques. Maybe you had a patch or embroidery design in that space, or what other applications, Marcia, would that be handy?
I think the applique and cropping out a block so you can come back and put a new design in it.
Yeah, so super handy there with that. So you've seen edge-to-edge continuous line quilting, ditch quilting, creating a multi-point, whether it's going around a star or a circle. You can create unlimited points, and then cropping out, of course, your block. And there's so much more you can do. Once we set yours up, you can have specific questions and we can get you going on anything you'd like. Did you have something else to add?
Yeah, let's do a quick motif in the middle of a block.
Perfect. That sounds great.
So I'm going to clear everything out. I'm going to set my area because this won't take long. It's the same block that we stitched around. By hitting the little house, it refreshes it and brings it up big. I'll go back into the designs, and this time I'll hit blocks, and I'll just pick a simple block to do. I touched it, and I'm going to open it, and I'm going to go to modify. I'm going to go do a skew. There's the skew, puts it evenly in it. If I can rotate it, that gives it a 45. I can reposition it if I want to move it farther one way or the other. Can you see how that moves?
Yeah, it brought it back to the original spot, and then it...
Yeah. And the spot is where the needle is sitting.
Sure.
So... let's put it back in to skew it. So you can resize it, you can make it smaller, bigger.
And this particular design's symmetrical, but I noticed you had flip or mirror image. So if it was something that wasn't symmetrical, you could really, at the touch of a button.
I can flip it. It's the same, so it's not gonna do much. All right, so now let's go back to the skew border. You can see how it starts in the middle.
And just like before, it gives you all your notices on all your settings, and you're ready to pull up and go. And there you have it. This is the Janome Quilt Maker Pro 20. With the Pro-Stitcher Premium. We've got 4 different options, our most popular being the QM18 with the Pro-Stitcher Lite and a 10-foot frame. And we've got the 15, 16, 18, and 20. We've got special 0 interest financing available today. 507-210-2939.